Okay, are you ready for this? Pz.Kpfw Tiger/Mouse 120T. This is actually the name of the vehicle which just entered the Supertest to be tested out by Wargaming, by Supertest players, a brand new Tier 9 German Superheavy, actually called Pz.Kpfw Tiger/Mouse 120T. It has the name from very many different tanks and it has the looks from very many different tanks as well, because just look at it, guys. Its hull is more like E100s or the Jagdpanzer E100s. It has the big massive tracks over here, it has the side skirt over here as well for some extra spaced armor. It is a rear mounted tank, guys, so if it has a good side armor, it is going to be very good at side scraping as well, and it has a turret which looks like, I don't even know, like VK's turret, Tier 9 VK's turret, but improved because it has more armor. We're going to talk about all of that in today's video. Also, there are some new additional changes to the big Ensk map, so let's quickly go over them as well. But first of all, Pz.Kpfw Tiger Mouse 120T. And if you wonder what that 120T means, no, it is not the caliber of the gun, but it is actually 120 tons. This is what I think, at least, because in the official statement about this vehicle, Wargaming said, this is a super heavy tank with good armor and powerful armament. The tank's weight of 120 tons drastically affects its mobility, but its typical German armoring allows it to withstand heavy incoming fire for a long time, repelling enemy attacks or breaking through the enemy defense for allies. And this is exactly what this tank seems to be built for. And by the way, today I'm going to make this episode a little bit different. Usually I'm playing some background battle for you, but today let's go over it step by step all the time like this. And you tell me which version of the news videos where I cover the new tanks, upcoming tanks, you like more. Do you like to watch some gameplay action on the background at the same time, or are you more interested about the way I am going to do it today? Please let me know in the comment section down below. I really want to know your feedback, or want to hear your feedback. Because looking at this tank, let's start with the firepower and let's leave the juiciest things to the last, or the main things to the last, right? It has 530 alpha damage, like on E75 for example, or 670 with high explosive. Armor penetration values 246, same as on E75, 311 with premium round, 65 with high explosive, and it has AP and APCR as main shell types. So better shell velocity, better penetration, but AP as a standard round. 920, 1150 and 920 shell velocity numbers. Reload time 15.5 seconds equals 3.87 rounds per minute, which equals roughly 2050 DPM. So definitely it does not shine with DPM, but same goes about Motion, same goes about D75, same goes about VK45 in Tier 9. None of those tanks really shine with a DPM, so it is right like bang on in the middle. I'm going to show you this in a second as well. Aiming time 2.4 seconds, 0.37 dispersion at 100 meters. All those are base stats, so based on that, it is actually not too bad, right? Gun elevation angles, minus 7 degrees of gun depression, 23 degrees of gun elevation, gun turret speed, 20 degrees per second, definitely slow. Ammunition capacity, 40 pieces, so it has plenty. If you run out of ammunition, well, you better have a good game to show, right? Because it takes a long time to burn through 40 shells. Minus 7 degrees of gun depression for a rare turreted tank is actually not half bad. So firepower, I would say, pretty decent. Same like on E75 or on other similar tanks, because this is a Tier 9 super heavy actually. Mobility, they said it is very slow, and yeah, it is pretty damn slow. 32 top speed, 16 moving backwards, 1200 horsepower engine, giving it exactly 10 horsepower per ton. 28 degrees per second hull turret speed. I was honestly expecting a bit worse. I was actually expecting a bit worse. But now, let's talk about the main thing. What this tank most likely is built for, and it is built to waste enemy time, it is built to bounce their shots, left, right, center, while side scraping, while doing stuff like that. Survivability, 1950 hit points. Hull armor, 200, 120, 130. We do not have ready armor profile over here, but looking at the armor value, 200, 120, 130, it is very similar to the tanks we already have in the game. For example, like E100. You know, it looks, the armor profile looks, the armor model looks similar to the E100, it looks similar to the Jagdpanzer E100, and they all have 200, 120, 150, so same frontal armor, same side armor, but just slightly more rare armor on both those tanks. But if it is anything similar overall, I mean this armor over here, if it is anything similar overall to the E100, then in tier 9 games, guys, that new Tiger Mouse Panzerwagen, Kampfpanzerwagen, is going to be pretty damn tough not to crack, because it also has those, you know, fat tracks over here, big massive tracks. It has the side skirts for extra protection, plus the side armor 120, you know, and rare turret tank on the top of everything. It can be pretty damn tough tank to penetrate. And the E100's frontal turret armor is 270, while that tank had 300, right? But it seems to be like more on mouse, you know, curved like the mouse, not like E100's flat turret armor over here, but still E100, when it is, let's say, side scraping, looking at you, you still need to pack some premium rounds, some premium penetration. So let's say like the turret armor is exactly like this over here, 300 on a flat ground, right? You need to tap the heat to go through that. Well, you are making full red into full green. Look how much better player you just became by tapping the Dookie, right? E100, no. But E100, I still love the tank. I still honestly like the tank. When I free marked it, I fell in love with E100 again. It is actually quite beastie. You need to work your hull a bit, you need to work your armoring a bit, and you are going to get some bounces. Like the lower plate many times is a big bait for the enemies, even with heat, you know, not even talking about the AP rounds, for example. It's like if it is anything similar to the Jagdpanzer E100 or E100, then it definitely is going to block quite some shots right over here. Turret 300, 150, 140, 400 meter view range, 720 nobody cares signal range, and it has 6 crew members in tier 9. It has all the crew members, it has the commander, gunner, driver, radio operator, and 2 loaders. So this is very good if you do not have a super crazy good German heavy tank crew member or crew already, because let's say you need roughly like 4 skills to get almost the maximum out of your vehicle crew skill wise or crew perk wise. Because none of your crew members are actually under heavy pressure. Your commander doesn't have to do the radio operating. You can pick the situational awareness over there. Your loader, you can split up some skills. And of course, driver and gunner always are solo. They have to get their own skills. Driver on this tank, I would say, needs the clutch braking, it needs the terrain resistance, of course repairs, of course brothers in arms is quite mandatory for those type of tanks, so your driver definitely is going to be under pressure. So if you want to boost someone with their crew books, like personal crew books, then driver, definitely I would advise that. But yeah guys, Panzerkampfwagen Tiger Mouse 120T right over here. What is your take on this so far? And if we compare it very quickly to the already existing tier 9 super heavies or the similar playstyle tanks, you can see that TPM is bang on in the middle with 2050, same penetration values, 530 alpha, same as on E75, slightly better than on Motion or VK. Then gun handling, it had 2.4 second like very raw base aiming time. So actually very similar dispersion as well, 0.37, slightly worse, but I don't know how good the stabilization is. Maybe the stabilization is going to be good. They did not share the stabilization stats with us yet. Then mobility, it had 36 top speed, so faster than VK, slightly slower than E75. It had 10 powered weight ratio. Yeah, that is the worst because, you know, it's very heavy tank right over there. Then armoring, it had 200 frontal armor, 120. Okay. Turret over here, 300. It seems to be the best turret, of course. Where exactly is that 300? If it is on the side plates as well, if it is over there as well, then it is going to be pretty damn tough, especially if you side scrape, like, you know, with VK. What else we have over here? Same 400 meter view range. So once again, Panzerkampfwagen Tiger Maus 120T. What do you think about this, guys? Are you excited for this tank? Are you not excited? Where this ends up being, this screams either a reward tank or a premium tank. If it is a premium tank, then I would much rather actually see this tank as some kind of a reward tank other than a premium tank. Or what do you think? Where would you like to see this tank? If you would like to see it in the game overall, let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about that. Microphone is yours now. Anyway, this was the vehicle I wanted to cover today, and also a couple words about the big Ensk map, which received some extra iteration. They reworked a couple positions, added more defensive areas or positions on inside the city blocks, basically making more hull down positions, right? Do we need hull down positions? Even more hull down positions? Well, I am not super sure about that. And also they added additional defensive positions for both sides of the bases. This is from one base. This is the north base, right? If I'm not mistaken, this is the north base and this is the south base that received extra hull down position once again. And this is all this area is the new playable area. Previously the map ended somewhere over there, like this. So we have a lot more room to flank enemies, and also on the open field, the open green area has been revised, the firing distance has been increased, new positions have been added for all vehicle types, T79, G7, G9. So basically just some terrain differences over here, a couple houses here and there, but this I'm mostly interested about the forest. It feels to be like the forest in Murovanka, guys. Light tanks over there are going to decide who wins the field, basically. If your light tank is very good maneuvering those trees, staying hidden, staying stealthy in those trees, which they are able to do, like on Murovanka, you know, then it is going to mean quite a lot, and it is going to make quite a key difference winning or losing the field, and maybe winning or losing the battle overall. So this is the new open field. Previously the map ended, I would say, somewhere over here like this, maybe. So all that over there is new and playable. And you're able to cross this water, able to go there for a full flank, whatnot. And also, I think it is going to have some random events as well, based on what they said over here at least. When the drain starts, the passage in fields B5 and J5 are blocked for a short time. If the drain hits players' vehicles, they will be pushed aside without damaging the vehicle. And you can see that we have some train carts over here, or wagons, or however you call those, carts, I guess. Previously, in the first iteration, we didn't have any wagons over here. You were able to pass it through cleanly. No drains, nothing on the railroads, if I remember correctly. But now, as you can see, there clearly are some trains. Or maybe this is just going to be a certain map event which always happens. Maybe we don't even need to call it a random event, because it is always going to happen, and if you get pushed by the train, you do not take any damage. Okay. So a couple changes on the Ensk map as well. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Oh boy, how do you even call it in the battle? Is it a Tiger? Panzerkampfwagen? Maus? 120T? VK? How do we call it? Let me know, guys. Stay beautiful, stay awesome, stay sexy, naked. Take care and bye.